Hello and welcome back to Key Comic Universe. I'm back here with the third part of this month's comic haul. There's a lot of comic books, and there's probably going to be another part since I feel like there's just too many books to go through. So, before I get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, I would recommend it, and check me out on Instagram at Key Comic Universe, where I do sales and talk about other comic book stuff. So, starting off, we got Ghosts issue number 7. Early issue in the series, and for this video it's just gonna be a lot of ghost books for the most part. I think we'll see. So Ghost number 7, cool book. Ghost issue number 10, another very cool book. This one does have a bit of a spine roll, but it's still complete and is still a pretty cool cover, so can't complain. Next up, we've got Ghosts issue number 12. Cool mummy cover on this one. Always loved them mummy covers. Always pretty stand out in my opinion. Next up is issue number 13 about a haunted sandbox. I mean, Amityville Horror, they did a haunted lamp. So, of course, the next logical thing is haunted sandboxes. So, very cool. Issue number 13. Then we got copy number 1 of issue 14. Lower grade, but still a cool book. Great cover on that one. And then we also got another copy, which this one is about the same grade, even though it doesn't have as much cover appeal. It's still within the same grade range. And this one's a Mark Jewelers variant, which is very cool. And, also Mark Jewelers is still complete on the inside. Nothing torn out or anything like that. So, very cool. Then we got issue number 17. Not the best cover, kind of just a filler, if anything. Then we got a cool cover, I guess, depending on your opinion. Issue number 19. I personally like the cover. I think it's pretty cool. Then we got issue number, which one is this? Number 20. 20-cent issue number 20. This features pretty cool cover, actually. I think the colors on this one read really nicely. I'm going to get this focus back up. It always goes out of focus as soon as I move my hands in front of it, so that's kind of unfortunate. I've been trying to keep an eye on it as much as I can, but still a cool cover, still a cool book. Then we got issue number 21. Not the best cover in my opinion, just kind of whatever, but all these stories in here are pretty good. All of them are ghost stories, and ghost stories are fun. We got issue number 22, another pretty cool cover. Issue number 23, also pretty cool in my opinion. Another copy of issue number 23. Always getting those duplicates. So, definitely some pretty cool books. Then we got issue number 24, which is a very affordable issue in the series. Turns out this book is not one of the ones people search for, but I think that's a pretty good cover in my opinion. Then there's issue number 25, another decent cover. Issue number 26, another cool book. And most of these books, depending on the story, there's not really that many skeletons. And the ghosts don't appear in every single, in the ways you would expect. So, it's always interesting reading through these. They're all pretty unique. In my opinion, there are some unique stories. Then we got issue number 27. We got a low-grade copy. And then we got a lot nicer copy. Probably around a 7.0, which isn't too bad. I will definitely take that. And then we got a really nice one. This one's around an 8.0, maybe 8.5 even. Because the cover is really nice on this one. Presents really well. The back cover near perfect. There's just a little bit of a, not a tear, but a little bit of a corner crunch on this book down the left-hand side. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but everything else is near perfect on this book. And so, still a great book. In that grade is highly respectable, in my opinion. Next up, we got a couple of copies of issue number 30. Another great cover. Just a great book for sure. Cool train conductor cover. Yeah, not too bad. Then we got issue number 31. Very cool. Issue number 32, which this book, I used to own a really low grade, a lot lower grade than this one back in the day, and it was like one of the first horror comics I owned. Not the first, I think, what was the first? I don't remember, but this was one of the first I owned. And this one's a lot nicer copy. This one's probably around a 7.0, 7.5, which isn't too bad at all. Then I got issue number, issue 33. Nice Gallows cover. Pretty cool concept, like conceptual work. I like it. Then we got issue number 34. I think this book's pretty cool. You got like some dancing apes in the background, a hanging cover. I mean, they're just cool stuff going on. Oh, it's called Ghost Apes. So I haven't got around reading every single book yet. This is a lot of reading, but I've been enjoying what I've been reading so far. Then we got issue number 35. Pretty cool. Bikini cover. Not too bad. Another bikini cover with issue number 38. That one's not in the best of shape. Then, this one I think is just one of the coolest covers in the series. Probably not the coolest, but one of the coolest. Another Hitchhiker cover. Love these old Hitchhiker cover books. I'm going to get this to focus. There we go. Very, very cool. Here's one of the unfortunate books, though. Very unfortunate. This one, right here. This one's a double-sized, like 100-page giant. Now, the person described this book, and this was like the one that I disagree with this seller on, because all the other stuff was accurately described, with maybe a few things they missed here and there, but nothing too big. Well, this book, they're like, oh yeah, it's around 4.0. Well, it's not. Luckily, I did not pay anything for this. I paid so little that it really doesn't even matter, and didn't really matter in the grand total. But the funny thing is that this cover is almost completely, like the spine's almost completely split, the cover is narrowly detached, and the back cover is mostly missing, which is really unfortunate. Now, this is still a great reader, and I'll probably end up giving this one away in one of my future sales, just be like, hey, well, anybody want this? Here you go, if you order from me, get this for free. Next up, I've got Ghost, issue number 41, really cool minor cover. Not children, though. Minors. The people that dig stuff. Issue number 46. Pretty cool book. Also one of the earliest ones. I picked up 32 at the same time. Picked up number 46 way back in the day. And the one's also nicer than my old copy. Then we got issue number 49. Pretty cool cover. Then we got another book that I'll probably just end up giving away for free. This one does have water damage pretty badly. The staples are rusted really badly. The inside page quality is pretty trashed. So this will probably just be another one I throw for free for someone. Hey, you ordered a certain number of books, or hey, you ordered X book, here you go. Freebie. Then I've got issue number 52. Another pretty cool book. Issue number 53. First time I really like the skull covers. Anytime I say skull, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a lot cooler than like, your average ghost cover in general. Issue number 54. Issue number 56. Issue number 57. Sorry if I'm not talking too much about all of these. There's just a lot of stuff to get through. Lots of books. I'm going to try to cut this down from 2 videos into 1 video for this final part. Then I've got issue number 58. This is a really cool, symmetry / asymmetry cover, since, the 2 ghosts, or a ghost cut in half, I guess. I'm just going to go with ghost cut in half, because that's what it says on the cover. You get that really cool symmetry there, and in the center, the focus of the image, the guy right in the very center of the cover, how they have him pose is asymmetrical. So I think that cover is just really cool. I think it's a really unique cover, and I think that it's definitely one of the really nice, almost simplistic covers. Then we got a cover that I don't really like so much because, it's kind of weak. And that's issue number, I believe that's issue number 59 59. Then I've got issue number 63, I think. Sort of hanging cover, kind of cool. Then I've got issue number 70 and issue number 72. Kind of like a hippie ghost, I guess. I don't know. I think they were trying to go for something else with it, but that's how it reads. Then I've got issue number 73, biker cover. issue number 74. And basically at this point, all these books are pretty high grade. Like, I'm not really going to focus too much on the high grade. Like, if it's from the early to mid 70s, even some of the late 70s stuff, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's high grade. That's something to point out. But by the time it gets into the 80s, it's not as important, in my opinion, to point that out, since it's a lot more common to find those books than the earlier ones. There's a big difference I've seen from stuff that's printed in the 70s and stuff that's printed in the 80s. Issue number 78, or even like 79, 78, stuff like that. There's a lot of times not as big of a difference unless it's like a hard to get book, and then like it's really hard to get those higher grades. Issue number 80, kind of cool. Issue number 93. Personally, I really like this cover. Really cool art on it. Forget who did the cover. I'll remember eventually. I'll remember sometime. It'll probably be like an hour from now and be like, oh yeah. Issue number 96. Most of these books at this point don't hold too much value, especially like low, mid, or even like upper mid grade. The value really isn't there, so per se. Maybe it was Joe Kubert. I think these are all Joe. Is it all Joe Kubert at this point? I don't know. Someone's going to correct me. Number 111. And then finally for the Ghosts, and I think we're having enough time to get through the next box. And the final box. Ghosts special sized, or special 1978. Kind of a tough book. I don't really see this one too often, and generally the prices are a little bit wild. I priced mine at $6, even though, still a pretty decent copy. I just want to be on the safe side. Since the book is kind of hard to get, you want to be able to move books as a seller. You don't want to have like a bunch of books sitting around inventory forever. You want to be able to be like, oh yeah, I want that from you. Definitely a big part of it. So I'm getting all these moved back in. I'll get the next box. I had no idea that I can move through books that quickly. I am the fastest comic book person alive, but not really. Alright, here we go. Box number 2. So this is a complete run that I finally finished up. And I'm a very budget-oriented person, so I waited forever because I did not want to go out there and spend just full retail for these books. Starting off, we got Green Lantern number 1. Both versions, very cool. And you can already know what run this is. This is a 2005 run. Issues 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to talk about each book individually, issue number 5. Because there's not like a ton of keys and non-key books. I'm just going to skip over. Number 6. Number 7. Get those moved out. This is actually like my favorite. I'd say that's my favorite Green Lantern run. Issue number 8. 9. And the reason being is that the stories are just great in this run. I mean, they're every single storyline like that they introduce here, all the lanterns they introduce, is just amazing. There's really cool stuff going on. And I should just talk about number 10 right now. It introduces a few new Green Lantern characters. Nothing too big with that book, but some minor characters who are kind of cool. But yeah, the artwork in this series is amazing. The storylines are amazing. It features probably my second favorite Green Lantern storyline of all time. And it features some of the most iconic Green Lantern stories. So, there's a lot of really cool stuff going on. And horrible, with all the Green Lantern's aims. I can hardly remember all of them most of the time, but, they're there. Okay, here we go. Here's some minor key books. Green Lantern number 18, minor key. Green Lantern 19, great cover. And then Green Lantern 20 also has a minor key associated with it. And also this is where we get the beginning of the Sinestro Corps War, which is just one of the greatest stories, in my opinion. It's just such a good story. Now, it's not my favorite, but it's just a great read. We got issue number 21. Both versions, because, have to be sort of a completionist. My goal after this is just to get all the variants for this series, which will probably take forever. Because it's really easy to find the cover A's. All the cover A's are easy to find. It's about finding them at the right price. And then we got the cover B. Is it cover B or second print? Number 22. I forget. But, yeah. Some of the variants are really cool looking. Number 23. Great homage cover. So cool. Issue 24. Okay. I'm going to get all those moved out of the way. Okay, here we go. First key. I have a couple copies of this book at this point. I just have a few. I know I need to change some of them moved out. But we got Green Lantern number 25. This is a first appearance / first cameo, however you want to look of it, of a bunch of characters. Like, you get so much in this book. Nice double side. This book is great value. This is just an amazing book. And you know what? Just a great storyline. I also, if I remember correctly, that is the conclusion of the Sinestro Corps Wars, I believe. Or war, not wars. Why am I saying wars? It's not plural, but you know what? That just happened. Number 28 is the first appearance of somebody. Is it like the first full appearance of Atrocitus, or arguably first full? It's something like that. It's a cool book. Issue number 29. You get their origin retold, or a new version of the origin, sorta. But it's just great. And like the great thing about the series is that you can start at the very beginning and learn everything about Green Lantern. Yeah, it covers literally everything. So early on the book, it gets you the introduction, and boom, then you get into like some of the most awesome stories. You get introduced to like tons of his old foes, new foes. I mean, it's just a great run. Issue number 33. Issue 34. And also, most of these are high grade. There's a few readers in there here and there. But just with it being mostly high grade is also really nice. We got a 37 newsstand, which the only one on eBay has a crazy listing for the newsstand. But honestly, the newsstand probably won't be worth as much as what that person's asking for. If you want to look it up, you can see what I'm talking about. Mine's also very high grade with like a little ding down the corner, like, you know, just blunting. Not ding, but blunting. That's a better way of describing it. I'm going to get into one of the greatest stories that begins here. And a story that's probably my favorite story of the Green Lanterns. And that is, or of Green Lantern, not Green Lanterns, but, I mean, both work. And that's, Blackest Night, and this also introduces, what's his name? Laura Flees? I'm so bad with names, guys. I got at least one of those right, I think. But super awesome character. Dude is honestly just so overpowered. Just a crazy character. I mean, introducing all these different new like types of Green Lanterns, I just think it's super cool. I'm like, every single time I go back and read this series, which I've done 1.5 times now, I'm getting there. But every single time I go back and read it, I'm like, man, it's so good. It is so good. Then we got 43, and this is when Black Hand becomes a Black Lantern. And this is a weird thing. I think this is where things pretty much really start to kick off with Blackest Night. You start seeing everything coming together, really a lot of stuff just all getting there. It's like, oh man, so good. Like, you know, it was a great way to bring back a bunch of characters and like wrap up like, you know, a lot of previous storylines where they kind of fix what was going on with characters being killed off and then not having stories with them, like for example Batman. I just think it was a great way of doing things. So that's up to 48. Unfortunately, after this point, there really aren't any keys. Really, like, well, not big keys. There's like small stuff. But anyways, we got 49, 50. Another great homage cover. I think this is an homage cover, sort of. But is it? It's something like that. But it's a great cover, nevertheless. 51, 52. Yeah, some of these books I have doubles of just because when I was picking them up, I would buy lots mostly, like, you know, get stuff in lots, get stuff cleared out. It actually was more affordable to do it that way than buy single issues or search down single issues. It was way more affordable. And then when I only had like a few issues left, like 3 or 4 issues, at that point I was like, cool, I just go out there, buy the singles, and call it a day. Because all the keys were super easy to find. Like, it seems like the keys just super easy to find for this series, especially if you're willing to like even if you're on budget. I was able to finish this run for probably how much did I finish this run for? I picked up almost everything for $50, and then I had everything else still left over, which was about 9-10 issues. Then picked up another lot for about $10. And then the rest of like the single issues I paid about $3 each. So about $78 altogether. Not too bad. I am happy with that price for sure. For this whole run, that's like maybe about $1 issue less than. But, over time, though, I picked up a lot of single issues from the series, mainly with the keys multiple times, picking up other collections and stuff like that. So the keys I actually think I have the most of. Now where did I put my 63? Okay. Ignore that little gap. I think I misplaced my 63 before this video. I thought I had everything ready to go. But I guess I was not as prepared as I thought I was. Sorry about that, guys. 67. Did I just put in the wrong box? That's always a possibility. Yeah, I probably just put in the wrong box before the video. And then 67. And the next run I have started working on, just with a little bit of time left. The next series in 2012 or 2011. 2011 series. I've gone through the first 34. Yeah, I'm 34 issues of the way through. I'm not going to move my camera or anything, but trust me, I'll show off the keys from that series so far. Also, I got into work on getting the annuals together and all that type of stuff. But of course, you got issue number 20, first appearance of Jessica Cruz, either in cameo or full, depending on how you look at it. I'm not going to tell you how to look at it. And then I think there's only like one other key in this run, really, and that's issue number 28. And the rest of the issues from that run really don't go for anything. So I'm trying to keep the video short. Don't want to go through every single book of that. I've already done it with this series except for 63, which I am great at finding all the books before I start videos. Clearly I'm great at that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. That's about it for me. Look, I was able to cut down this final part, which is awesome. This way I don't have to do a whole extra video. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching again. Check me out on Instagram at KeyComicUniverse. And check out my other videos. I have tons of cool stuff. Peace.